Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. And real quick before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. If you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, loyalty crown badges, you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help, so thank you guys so much. And for today's video, we got the kits ready for both Milk and Aid. Weirdly, Milk did come out first, so we are going to be going in that order. Timestamps for wherever you want to go and what you're interested in down below. But with all that being said, let's get started. Let me scoot on over, and let's put it on screen right here. And as always, we are at the Nikke motion demonstration and skill introduction for Milk Blooming Bunny using the SR Shy Rabbit. Milk Blooming Bunny is an attacker who enhances her own attacking capabilities through certain movements. Activating her burst skill improves her attack power and gives additional attacks. As always, we're going to watch the motion demonstration, and then we're going to talk about the kit, and then we'll do the same thing with Aid. For some reason, they did release Milk first, even though Aid got announced first, so that's interesting. But I really love her 2D. And you get Jiggle, baby. Alright, we got Jiggle. We got Jiggle. The shiny white latex with some good jiggles, that's what I'm talking about. Don't give me stiff. We got some good jiggle assets. The only crime here, honestly, is her heart belly button is not being shown because of the latex. It's a shame. It's a shame. But I want to see the wallpaper because there's a chance that I might go for MLB just because, like, this might be good fan service. Okay. Okay. Alright. If it's that shy expression as the wallpaper right there, when she has the nail polish in her hand, yeah, that's like cinema. Easy. Easy 100% right there. And I love the embarrassed effects right there. That's really cute in the gameplay. So now, let's get a good look at the kit, and let's talk about it. We already knew that she's an attacker, a sniper, iron, all that out the way. She is a burst 3. Makes sense that she is an attacker as well. So let's get started with skill 1, Embarrassment Suppression. Activates when performing full charge attacks and affects self. You gain Pierce for 6 seconds. So you get Pierce for 6 seconds, but this happens when you perform full charge attacks, which if you're always just like autoing, this is just going to be almost like a permanent Pierce thing. So honestly, there was like no need for this to even be a little like passive, but okay. Activates when full charge lasts for 0.5 seconds or more and self is not in embarrassment state and affects self. Embarrassment function. Performs a forced reload at reduced reloading speed and increased attack capabilities and dealing distributed damage. And there's 5 effects here. The first one is that it affects all enemies, deals 290% of the final attack as distributed damage. The second effect, for self, removes 100% of bullets and affects self this fixed reloading speed at a 50% reduction, but this only happens one time. And then effect 4, forcefully reloads, and then attack goes up 118.7% for 40 seconds. For 40 seconds is actually kind of insane. So this weird forced reload happens only once with this slow reload. So we're gonna have to see how that works. But the fact that you get all these other buffs after the fact, and that 40-second like attack up, is really, really nice. When it comes to her skill 2, Outburst, activates only when in embarrassment status and affects self. Pierce damage goes up 64.7% continuously, and then activates only when in overconfident status. Affects all enemies every 2 seconds. Deals 447.7% of the final attack as distributed damage, which, damn, that's actually a lot of distributed damage that she's grabbing. And then her burst skill, Embarrassment Explosion, affects self. Overconfident, gains immunity to embarrassment for 10 seconds, and pierce damage goes up 117.64 for 10 seconds, and attack goes up 220% for 10 seconds. Holy shit, her self buffs are insane. We're definitely going to have to see how this goes with testing before we can recommend anything, especially like with the idea that it might not translate well to the actual gameplay. Like, let's just look at the last Absolute team. It looked really, really good on paper and very, very lukewarm when it came to practice. So we're gonna have to see. but these buffs that she's getting look really, really good. It's interesting seeing this embarrassment function. Once again, I'm kind of a sucker when it comes to weird, silly mechanics. I think that's fun to me. So something like this is interesting, and it's very light. It's not like something that like you have to constantly deal with, because this like fixed reload speed and forced reload seems to happen like just once. So we'll see. Or I should specify that the fixed reloading speed at a reduced rate only happens once. She's actually looking really promising, so honestly, for me, I might go for MLB. But first, we'll have to see how it goes depending on who comes first, because I think since Aid got announced first, she is coming first. So with that being said, let's get a good look at Aid here with her motion demonstration. Aid Agent Bunny using the SR the Agent. Agent Bunny is a supporter who strengthens her allies when attacking enemies within the effective range. Her burst skill significantly expands her effective range and further strengthens her allies. So, as always, let's get a good look at her motion demonstration. I personally think her idol is a lot better for me, just because Insane Booba, you get a little bit of belly button. Holy shit, the cake! Yo, the blush? The cake? The cake? Holy shit. Alright, instant MLB. Cinema. Instant MLB. I don't care. This is... Yo. This is insane. And there's jiggle to the cake, too? God damn. Let me see this wallpaper. Let me see this wallpaper. Alright. Alright, if it's the zoomed out version with the booba, and she's bent over like that, easy. Good MLB. I don't care. They're both great. This might be a tough both MLB event. I'm not gonna lie. This might be a tough one. Thankfully, I don't have to go for, like, any of the other rerun characters, so I'm safe. But, damn. Looks really, really nice. So, now let's just get a good look at her kit. She is a burst 2 support, 20 seconds, thankfully. Also, Code Iron, sniper rifle. So let's get started with her skill 1, Agent's Gaze. Activates when landing full charge attacks on targets within the effective range, and affects all allies. Attack goes up 50.2% of the caster's attack for 5 seconds. Activates when attacking with full charge, and affects self. Spy Lens, minimum effective range goes up 4.44%, stacks up to 10 times, and lasts for 5 seconds. So I want to talk about this whole effective range thing real quick, because the way that effective range works in Nikke is that there's like a minimum, mid, and then far. And then this means that far ranges are sniper rifles, mid ranges are, I believe, ARs and the machine guns or MGs, and then the near is for the SMGs and shotguns. So I'm assuming what happens is that this increases the effective range, so weapons that would be normally doing not as well would do better. But that's just a hunch, and we'll have to see how that works in practice before I can say anything, especially with this effective range, since this is the first time I think we've had a Nikke that messes with this mechanic, so it's interesting. And then for her skill 2, Agent's Movement, activates when landing full charge attacks on targets within the effective range and affects all allies. Once again, pierce damage goes up 18.36% for 5 seconds, and activates only if Spy Lens is fully stacked and affects self. She gains pierce continuously and attack up 16% continuously. So for Spy Lens, since it stacks up to 10 times, it has to go up all the way to the 10 times to get the pierce and the attack. So that's nice. And then burst skill, Cutting Edge Agent Equipment, affects self. Minimum effective range goes up 55.56% for 10 seconds, and then affects all allies. Attack damage goes up 55.04 for 10 seconds, and pierce damage goes up 10.13% for 10 seconds. That's a really, really nice burst, actually, and I'm really interested to see how well that minimum effective range changes a lot for some of the characters. So we'll have to see, but honestly, she is a support, so you're just here for the skills. So honestly, 1 copy is all you need. In this game in general, 1 copy is all you need, but if you're really trying to like min-max, sometimes obviously going for MLB to get more stats, just do that. But with characters like this, just 1 copy. Milk could also just be 1 copy, but like for me, I'm just simping, so I might go for MLB for both. So we'll have to see. They are cooking right now. I'm actually really excited. I'm impressed with these kits. I'm glad they didn't seem to butcher anything. But as always, kit discussion is one thing, actual testing is another. So we'll have to see. But do let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think they did it justice? I think the fan service is really great in my opinion. I think the jiggles are really nice, but that's just me. But that is going to be it from me. I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely night wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care and have a good one.